The love that changed me forever. There are some relationships that come into your life and change everything. They don't just add something, they completely transform who you are, how you see the world, and how you see yourself. It's not always love at first sight, and it doesn't always come with fireworks or grand gestures. But sometimes, love enters your life quietly. And before you even realize it, you've become a different person because of it. I was in my mid-20s when I met him. I wasn't looking for love. I had been in relationships before, but none of them had really stuck. I wasn't bitter, but I was wary. I had my own life, my own routine, and love felt like something that happened to other people, not something I needed to chase or find. But then there he was, unexpectedly. We met through mutual friends, nothing fancy or planned. He was different from anyone I had ever met, not in a way that stood out. He wasn't loud or over the top, just different, in a way that made me pay attention. He had this calm about him, this quiet presence that felt like a safe place. There was no rush in him, no pressure to impress. He just was, and that was enough. At first, we were just friends. We talked about everything and nothing, laughed at silly jokes, shared stories that didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But there was something about him that made me feel like I could be myself without fear of judgment. And that was the first thing that changed me. I had never known what it was like to be truly myself with someone else, without the fear of being misunderstood, without the need to put on a mask. He showed me that I could let my guard down and still be accepted for who I was. The more we spent time together, the more I started to notice how much he quietly changed the way I thought about love. He wasn't the kind of person to make big, sweeping declarations. He showed love in the smallest of ways. The way he always listened when I spoke. The way he would remember the little things that made me happy. The way he would show up when I needed someone. It was in the details, the moments that didn't need to be acknowledged, that I felt his love the most. And that was the second thing that changed me. I learned that love doesn't need to be loud to be real. It doesn't need to be flashy or dramatic. Sometimes, it's the quiet gestures that mean the most. The way someone makes you feel when they're simply there. We didn't rush into anything. It wasn't about falling head over heels in love right away. It was about building something steady, something real over time. And with each passing day, I found myself trusting him more, leaning on him more, opening up in ways I hadn't with anyone else. And that trust became the foundation of everything. I learned that trust is the cornerstone of love, and it's not something that can be rushed or forced. It's something that grows, quietly and steadily, until one day you realize it's there, stronger than you ever thought possible. It wasn't until we had been together for a while that I realized just how much I had changed. I had become someone who believed in love, not just as a feeling, but as a choice. As an action. I had learned to choose him every day, even when it was hard, even when it felt like the world was against us. I had learned to let go of my fears, to trust in something bigger than myself, to give my heart without reservations. He showed me what real love looks like, not the fairy tale kind, but the kind that's built on patience, understanding, and mutual respect. He taught me that love isn't always easy, but it's worth fighting for. It's not always perfect, but it's real, and it's worth the effort. And that, in itself, changed me forever. Love isn't just about finding someone to spend your life with. It's about finding someone who makes you better, who helps you grow, who teaches you more about yourself than you ever thought possible. And that's what he did for me. He didn't change me because he wanted to. He changed me because of who he was. He made me see the world differently. Made me see myself differently. And in that, I found a kind of love that was deeper than anything I had ever known. Looking back, I realized that love isn't just something that happens to you. It's something you create together. It's not about finding someone who completes you, but about finding someone who helps you become more of who you already are. And for me, that's what he did. He helped me become the person I was meant to be. And in doing so, he changed me forever. I am Lucy. and this is Unsaid Love.